So we were off yesterday. Adrian, did you get your stuff taken care of?
I got everything. They showed up. They took care of me. My internet seems to be working just fine.
There you go. Yeah, and then I was going to, and then do it, and then I just ended up taking the day off as well.
It can't be easy talking to yourself for 2 hours.
No, it is not.
So
no one wants to
didn't
hear
feel
that
bad.
either, though. So it's Friday. It's Space Jam 2 is out.
Space Jam 2. You know what I'm tired of hearing? I'm tired of hearing the adults complain about how bad it looks and LeBron and Jordan conversation coming back up. This is not for you. This is for the kids. I bet every kid is excited to go. You think the adults will love to see Space Jam when, they probably thought it was dumb as what we think this movie looks like right now.
Well, I watched Space Jam for the first time last year. First time in my life.
Ever.
And basically that was the consensus because back then we were in the middle of COVID and there wasn't a lot of things going on. I'm like, hey, I'll watch Space Jam. And so I watched it with my kids. My daughter at the time, she was just 10, but she's got a little bit more adult type of thinking. And my son, Ben, was just 8 at the time. He was like, this is the greatest movie ever. I bet you've seen it like 5 times since. So we plan on watching it. I hated the movie.
No, it's terrible. It's a terrible movie.
Okay. Yeah, but then but it was pointed out to me.
But you can't crush Jordan. You can't crush, these grown men love their lives.
And then I pointed out to the stuff. It was pointed out to me kind of like what you're saying, that they were like, this isn't for you at the age of 44.
No.
Then, yeah, so why are we critiquing this movie?
We get it. You don't like LeBron. Yeah. Go away.
I'll watch it. Hopefully it'll be a little better or whatever else. And, who knows? As long as the kid likes it, that's all I care about, really. Yeah, it's just a little bit crazy. That's all. But Space Jam 2 is coming out, and we'll be watching that tomorrow. I do have a little Space Jam trivia before we go to our first break, but we missed out on to recap Game 4 of the NBA Finals.
Again, I was way off. Just to show I know nothing about basketball.
So you said the Suns.
I think I just like saying Suns in however many games. It's just fun for me.
Now you can say Suns in 6. So, and it was 4.5, and they ended up beating them by 6, right?
Yes. Yes, they did. And it was the under, I believe, the under hit.
Yeah, and then people lost their mind of it. They're saying it was one of the greatest NBA final games of all time. Some
huge blocks, a lot of late scoring, some foul trouble. Chris Paul losing that ball with like a minute 13 left or something like that would have possibly changed.
Yeah. So now this takes it. The home team has won each game in this series so far. So now it goes to a 1-1-1. Saturday night at 8:00 will be in Phoenix. So that's obviously not tonight. Yesterday, we did have that day of like no sports.
It was the day after
the day there's supposed to be no sports.
Yeah.
So, and then we were supposed to have a New York Yankees Red Sox game. That did not happen. So,
are we going to see a trend of this? I saw the Minnesota games postponed today. Is that weather or is that
it's a great question.
Or is that COVID related? I saw that the players, it seems like everybody's doing all right now. There's only 6 of them. Everybody else tested negative, is what I heard from the Yankees Red Sox.
So what is the thing with what was the thing with the Yankees? Like, so first thing I read was that that Judge was involved.
Yeah, Judge, Gio Ursula, Higashioka, if I'm saying that right.
But does
Peralta, Cortez.
Does Judge test positive?
It's saying that there was no. After COVID tests for Yankees, it just said COVID tests for Yankees caused Thursday's game to be postponed. It doesn't say anything.
A concern.
Yes.
All right. So there was a concern about that. So because a year ago, the CDC would have said everybody that was in contact with this young man, it has to be quarantined for 14 days if he tests positive or whatnot, or thought they were around someone that had it. And that would have been like the All-Star roster in the American League at least, right?
Yep. They're saying that they did get tested in Denver. And that there's been no new cases since these 6. But he was just at the All-Star game.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
This is going to cause more postponements, right?
All 6 of the Yankees cases have now been confirmed, which means Aaron Judge, Ursula, like you said, they're going on the COVID-19 injured list. So how do we not shut down the American League?
Yeah.
The American League roster.
You almost had to shut down everybody. They were all hanging out at the home run derby.
Yeah.
Everybody was together. You'd think baseball would just take a week off. And then,
well, they can't do that.
Yeah, but think about that, then turn around and how many people are coming back from that with COVID. You take a week off, and these guys aren't just going to sit in their hotel rooms.
Yeah, so, and they got to play the Red Sox, who lead the American League East. The Yankees are 8 games back, and so far, the Red Sox have swept both 3-game series against New York. So, that's not good.
No, they do not want to play Boston right now.
I'm just really... Okay, so this is the second outbreak on the Yankees, despite the team has over an 85% vaccination. Which that is the part of the Major League Baseball allows you to have relaxed protocols. And they're one of the highest, from what I understand.
Yep.
I'm trying to I mean, people can sit there on the Harrington's Pub Facebook comment thread and say, like, no, the CDC doesn't do it. But a year ago, you would have had to shut down everybody, and that includes the All-Stars. This is nuts. How do we not have rapid testing for this? For these guys?
I just don't understand how they're going to be able to play any of these games right now. Maybe they needed a couple more days. Maybe they needed all quarantine for 24 hours.
Yeah.
For 48 hours.
So this is the 8th related to postponement to the COVID-19 this season, but it's the first in nearly 3 months. Last year, there were 45 regular season games postponed for the virus-related reasons, with only 2 not made up in this.
Mm-hmm. Did you look for the Twins game? Is that just rain? Did you see? They were supposed to play a doubleheader today against the White Sox. Or no, the Tigers. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Charlie Barnes is supposed to make his Major League debut. I will pull that up for you in just a second.
Charlie Barnes?
Charlie Barnes. I don't know. For the Twins. Left-handed pitcher.
Is he a starter?
Yeah, he's supposed to make his debut. Ooh. So let's see. I got a schedule here.
Pulls up fantasy roster.
I don't know if you want to do that.
I don't know either.
Detroit, you do maybe.
Well, yeah, why not?
That's not a bad idea.
Charlie Barnes.
Well, I did pull up some who. Red Sox just pulled someone up. I put on my roster.
I put him on my roster too.
Dunbar or something like that.
Yeah, everybody's like he should be added in all leagues. I'm like, oh okay.
Yeah, I got him. Where is it?
I actually got to that late. I was shocked that I got him. I picked him up on Wednesday. I didn't think that. I thought somebody else in my league was gonna snab him. But there's so many outfielders out there in fantasy baseball that.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything. You sure
talking
it's postponed?
About both games postponed right here on my score list. Talking about outfielders, Jock Peterson traded.
Well, if we were wondering if they're going to be buyers or sellers,
we saw firsthand what's going to happen here.
They kind of needed to do something. We talked about that because when the Acuna went down with the ACL, they were going to have to do something. So
is this more the Cubs selling, or are we looking at the Braves freaking out a little bit? Like, hey, we have to go get something.
I think it's the Braves have to do something. I mean,
to be dead honest, he hasn't really done anything for the Cubs this year. He had a great, what was it?
2 years ago.
In March?
Yeah.
Is that when spring training is? Yeah, that's when he was great.
Yeah, he didn't do much.
He hasn't done anything at all this year. And the Cubs kind of need to see what these guys can do. Patrick Wisdom needs everyday at-bats. Alcantara needs everyday at-bats.
Yep.
Not saying that they're going to be part of the future, but, they're... kind of looks like they might be.
All right, let's see here. Looking at the British Open. Now it is called the Open.
Why isn't it called the British Open anymore? Do you know?
It's, we have a 3-way tie for first between Morikawa, Spieth, and Louis Oosthuizen.
Is that none of our guys?
None of our guys. But I did take Spieth. I did bet Spieth to finish in the top 5, so that's looking good. Lefty didn't make the cut. Tyrell Hatton, I guess, had just a meltdown today. And yesterday, Bryson got into a little trouble too. He basically blamed his drives on his driver, which is Cobra, that puts his clubs together. And the Cobra people basically came back and was like, said it's the showman or whatever else said, I know that if I got him cornered right now and said, what the hell did you say that for? He would say that he was mad. He really didn't mean to say it that harshly. He knows how much everyone bends over backwards for him, but it's still not cool. Not happy. The person who is the representative of Cobra or whatever else. But Bryson did say, they just really that he he apologized. He said his comments were unprofessional, but
you gotta apologize right away.
Yeah. I just really like this
Foot
show.
and mouth.
I just love this guy for the representative for Cobra. He just fine with giving stuff out. Like it's just really, really painful when he says something that's stupid. He has never really been happy ever. Like it's very rare when he's happy. That's what this guy is just like. But he went on to Bryson said like, listen, Cobra's really good. He said the comment I made in my post around interview today was very unprofessional. My frustration and emotions over the way I drove the ball today boiled over. I suck today, not my equipment. Cobra and I have worked together for over 5 years, and they are some of the hardest working people in the golf industry and make an incredible product. Their team is like family to me, especially Ben Showman, who has been there for me every step of the way since I started my career. I deeply regret the words I used earlier. Yeah, I like the little meltdown. I like that he got a little fired up, and I like that the guy who represents Cobra just says like when he says something that's stupid, and he's never happy.
It's a lot of fun. They give that guy the freedom to say those things about the guy that they sponsor. That's even more fun.
Yeah.
Is that the owner of Cobra?
No.
Or just a representative?
The one that works like closely with him to help design his clubs or whatever. I mean, that's the way I was reading it last night.
Did he say it in an interview or did he tweet it?
He said it in an interview.
Interview is what it was?
And then he came back and
tweeted an apology, right?
Yeah, Instagrammed it, I believe.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So, but yeah, he made
yeah, not a good look to call your sponsor like that.
The Ben guy is the tour operations manager for Cobra Golf, and he also caddied for Deschambault at the Rocket Mortgage Classic 2 weeks ago. Yeah. So he knows firsthand what he's like.
That sounds like a fun job.
It does.
Yeah, like sign me up for that job.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's the interesting thing. Well, we will get some baseball. We got basketball as well. I've got some other things to look at. I've got CBSSports.com list of some bold predictions for the MLB season, and I want to do a buy or sell from this person's list and what if we believe it or not, if we're coming up on the MLB the season. We're also going to talk to Jake from Elite Sportsbook about some of the promotions they got going on there as well. We got all that and more coming up from Don't House Us Local here on ESPN 1170 AM. We got to take our first break here. We will be right back in just a few minutes.
Hey, this is Goose, PA announcer for the Quad City Storm, and you're listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local.
$39.95 down plus first payment, no security deposit, plus tax, license, and $2.99 dealer fee with approved credit through 8221. MPG info at fueleconomy.com.
The summer sales event continues at Highland Toyota with truckloads of new vehicles arriving weekly and over 200 quality pre-owned vehicles to choose from for every budget. New 2021 RAV4 LE, $219 a month, or buy with $0 down. Test drive the all-new 2021 Venza all-wheel drive with 40 MPG and other great MPG vehicles, including Sienna, Prius, RAV4, and Camry hybrids. And with demand for used vehicles at its highest level ever, your trade-in will absolutely be worth more today. And Highland Toyota will pay top dollar for any used vehicle on the spot. The summer sales event continues at Highland Toyota on John Deere Road at 53rd Street, Moline, or highlandtoyota.com.
On Saturday, August 21st, over 100 courageous people are rappelling down 11 stories at the Hotel Blackhawk to raise money for Big Brothers Big Sisters.
I'm Matt Ostrom from Active Endeavors. You can help kids in the Quad Cities by supporting an Edger today.
Register as an individual or grab a friend and sign up as a daring duo. Help ignite potential in Quad City kids. For more information, go to overtheedgeqc.org.
Find a friend and go over the edge.
At Lowe's, we know your home is an expression of you, and we see you walking down these aisles of possibility, running your finger on that marble top Allen & Roth vanity, regularly $5.99, but now $3.49, and finding that perfect rattan pendant at an everyday low price of $99.98. In our showrooms of style, you'll find whatever you're into at a price you'll really get into. Lowe's, home to any budget, home to any possibility. Selection varies by location. While supplies last, see associate at Lowe's.com for details. Valid through 8/29/21, U.S. only.
How hard can it be to find a Python pro?
Sam's startup had a front-end developer walk out the back door. He needs a new software engineer, stat.
What do you mean they just quit? We go live in 72 hours.
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed, you do. With Indeed Instant Match, we immediately show you quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed meet your sponsored job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
This is a big deal. Now at healthcare.gov, millions more people can get affordable health coverage. Due to the COVID relief law, 4 out of 5 customers can get a plan for under $10 a month with financial help. From doctor visits to preventive services to prescription drugs, these are quality plans. You can do this. You can have coverage as soon as August 1st if you sign up now at healthcare.gov. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
I'm Omar Reese with NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network. Thursday was the deadline day for franchise tag players to sign multi-year extensions with their teams, and just one did. That was Taylor Moton of the Panthers, who agreed to a new 4-year deal worth approximately $72 million, $43 million of those dollars guaranteed. 6 other players will play out the season under the terms of the franchise tag. They are Bucks wide receiver Chris Godwin, Jets safety Marcus May, Jaguars tackle Cam Robinson, Bears wide receiver Allen Robinson, Washington guard Brandon Scherf, and Saints safety Marcus Williams. And finally, we all know that Buccaneers quarterback Tom Brady got his 7th Super Bowl title last season with that win over the Chiefs. What we did not know is that he did it despite playing with a fully torn MCL during the 2020 season, which required surgery during the offseason. What can he do, adding further to his great legacy? This has been NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network.
Sometimes watching a flawless serve can make you realize,
wait a minute, I think I might love tennis.
So you get 2% cash back on rackets, 2% cash back on shoes, 2% cash back on gear, tennis balls, lessons. And before you know it, you've got a decent backhand.
I do have a decent backhand.
Get unlimited 2% cash back on purchases and be ready for your next passion with the new Wells Fargo Active Cash Visa Card. Terms apply. Wells Fargo Bank, N.A., all rights reserved.
The real estate market is always tough. But this market, it's unlike anything we've ever seen. When the average home stays on the market just 24 days and houses routinely go for more than the listing price, who you work with matters. Realtors have the expertise, local knowledge, and personal touch to give you a competitive advantage throughout the entire home buying process. And that's something an ordinary agent could never do. So make sure your agent is a Realtor. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. That's who we are.
From first pitch to the final out, all season long, Chicago White Sox baseball is heard right here with me, Len Casper. This is ESPN 1170.
All right, we're back here, 12:20 in the afternoon, Friday, July 16th, 2021. Let's talk some baseball, Adrian. Most importantly, let's talk some gambling on baseball. But first, I want to tell everyone about the $5 home run special promotion that Elite Sportsbook is running from today through the weekend, through Sunday, yes. So, Elite Sportsbook is offering $5 in free bets for every home run hit when you wager $50 or more on a Major League Baseball game between July 16th and July 18th. Your first $50 Major League Baseball wager will qualify you for this promotion. However, your earnings are endless. There is no promo code required. Just download the app or visit EliteSportsbook.com to sign up and also take advantage of their $500 risk-free first bet. As always, must be 21 or older. This is in Iowa and Colorado only. For more information, visit EliteSportsbook.com. Now, if you're looking at where to bet, let's take a look at some of the sharps plays that's going on here today. We got a game out here tonight. Texas Rangers and the Toronto Blue Jays. The Blue Jays have entered the second half of the Major League Baseball season 8 games back of the Red Sox in the AL East and just 4.5 games back of the second wild card spot. Meanwhile, the Rangers are cellar dwellers in the AL West and own the 4th worst record in Major League Baseball. In tonight's series opener, the Rangers start righty Jordan Lyles, who's 5-5 on the year, 4.86 ERA, and the Jays are putting their lefty Robbie Ray on there, 7-4 on the year, 3.13 ERA. Toronto opened as an expensive minus 210 home favorite, and Texas a plus 190 road dog. The Sharps have jumped in on this. On the Jays. Originally, this moved it all the way from 190 to 225, minus 225. Home favorites of minus 200 or more are 82-34 on the season, meaning they win 71% of the time. Non-division home favorites are 302-184, which is 62% of the time they win. So the Jays are going to actually have to lean on their bats in this one. Toronto is hitting 264, which ranks second best in Major League Baseball. The Rangers are hitting 233, which ranks 21st. The Pros have also leaned on the under, and this opened up at 10. Now it's at minus 9.5. Another game to be looking at. Tampa Bay Rays at the Atlanta Braves. This is an interleague showdown. This is both these teams are within striking distance of first place in their divisions. The Rays trail the Red Sox by 1.5 games in the AL East, while the Braves are just 4 games back of the Mets in the NL East. Michael Wacha is going to be on the mound for the Rays, 2-2 on the year, 4.87 ERA. The Braves are going to have Charlie Morton, 8-3 on the year, 3.64 ERA. Game opened up with Atlanta listed as a minus 128 home favorite and Tampa Bay a plus 118 road dog. The Sharps have gotten all over the Rays, getting plus money, dropping Tampa Bay from a plus 118 to plus 114. The Rays have high value as an interleague team with a line move in their favor. That means when this has happened, these teams have gone 90-66, which is 58% of the time they have won the game. Tampa Bay is 33-21 against righties this season. Atlanta is 34-36 against righties. The Rays have a plus 85 run differential. The Braves plus 19. The Pros have also targeted the under in this. It opened up at 9. Smart money has dropped it down to 8.5. And if you're looking for a late night special, you have the Seattle Mariners at the Los Angeles Angels. They both walked into the end of the first season with a little bit of a hot streak. Mariners are 6-4 in their last 10 games, while the Angels are 7-3 over their last 10 games. Chris Flexen is 8-3 on the year for the Mariners. He has a 3.51 ERA, and the Angels hand the ball to Andrew Heaney, 5-6 on the year, 5.38 ERA. Line to open with Los Angeles listed as a favorite, minus 165, and Seattle plus 150 road dog. Public is all over to lay the chalk with Ohtani at home. However, the Angels have fallen to minus 165 to minus 155, which means some sharp money has invested in the Mariners. Seattle does have value as a road division dog. Historically, divisional dogs have been a smart bet as they built in the familiar levels of the playing field and benefits of the team getting plus money. Seattle leads this season, the series, 6-4 against Los Angeles. Again, the wise guys are in on the under as the total has gone from 9 to 8.5. That's just a little bit of betting that you can do at Elite Sportsbook and more. So
there's a couple big games there. You know, they're going to swing divisions a lot of different ways. The Rays, either Rays or the Braves get swept in that series. The Rays are still going to be right there, but first place is a lot farther away. Braves could go 7 games down here in their division here in a minute.
Well, they're going to have to, and that's why maybe they're making some moves. And the Cubs will be the 8:40 game tonight in Arizona. We've mentioned this before. Kyle Hendricks is going to be on the mound for them, 11-4 on the year, 3.77 ERA. Madison Bumgarner will be throwing for the Diamondbacks, 4-5 on the year, 5.73 ERA. St. Louis hosts the Giants tonight, 7:15. The White Sox host the Astros, 7:10 first pitch there. So those are some of the games. Yesterday's trade we talked about a little bit. They got Jock Peterson went to the Braves. The Cubs got Bryce Ball.
It looked like I read that he had a pretty good 18 and 19. Pop in his bat. Everybody's got pop in their bat at this level. Nowhere to play for him, I'm guessing, in Atlanta, but he's going to be sitting for a while anyway.
He's 23, though.
Yeah, young.
This is what R.J. Anderson from CBS Sports is saying about him. He's 23 years old. He's hitting .207 with 6 home runs in 53 high Class A games this season. So he's 23 and he's still in high Class A. He was listed as a prospect to know in Atlanta's system coming into the season. Not much like a top prospect, but someone on the rise maybe. R.J. Anderson also said his ability to walk and bop should give him a chance at a big league future, and perhaps a notable one at that. So there is upside.
I don't know what people thought we were going to trade Jock Peterson for anyway. Everybody's
I don't know either.
Everybody's like, oh, I can't believe we got a guy that's hitting 204 or something like that.
Jock Peterson's currently hitting .230 with 11 home runs. Braves are looking to get someone who's going to be in the middle of his lineup. Yeah, I mean, there are things out there that they were looking for, but that's the Braves had to do something.
And
so
Jock can play left and center, which I know they need needs for.
Yes. So no one's saying that it's 100% that they're sellers, but as more as the Braves needed to be buyers. All right. I don't really think there is a need for this, but it's an interesting idea. Because we talked about all the All-Star games. We ranked them, the different from the Big Four. And obviously, I still will back up that Major League Baseball has the best All-Star. Maybe NBA's 2, NHL 3, NFL 4. NHL does have a skills competition. They have the All-Star game, and they have that 3-on-3 that you talked about. That was an exhibition a women's exhibition and men's, USA versus Canada. There's a skills competition. So there was an idea of like, well, maybe Major League Baseball needs to throw in a skills competition. I don't really think you need to, but there's been some ideas. So here's some ideas. Let me know what you think about them for skills. There would be a base running. It would be a measurement, a time from first to third. So basically, your first movement after leading off, well, you'd have to all lead off from the same spot. But your first movement would be when your clock starts. And then you could slide into third. So it would be about how you rounded second and everything else. I don't know. It's not bad. Yeah. But I mean,
what do you got next, Jay?
But the worst part about it is like we watch the combines for the NFL, watch people run 40s.
Yeah, but that has a lot to do with what the scouts believe that are going to transform over to big things.
This one's kind of tough. I've got another one. It's a fielding more like a relay. The fastest 6-4-3 double play.
That'd be fun a little bit, I guess.
You'd have to have a consistent fungo.
Yeah.
I like the fastest relay from outfield to the cut to home.
Okay.
I like that one.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. But the thing is that you're not going to get your. It would be like the starters would have to do it for the skills competition. Not like you could bring in your team 6-4-3. You know what I'm saying? But I like that relay one. Place targets behind the plate and in the field to test pinpoint command for pitches and bat control for hitters. So I've heard this one before because we talk about in the batting cage where they'll take 5 to right, 5 up to center, 5 to left, just to see if they could where they could place it at. And it'd be good for them. Then it changes your argument for the shift when you can sit there and be like, see, you can hit it that direction or whatever else in there. And, I mean, it'd be cool for...
Yeah, nobody can push the ball anymore. Nobody can hit oppo.
But that would be cool to see, the pitchers, the command that they have it. Are they hitting their spots? So, and then pitch speed. This is an interesting one. You set up a thin square of plywood or maybe even glass. The glassing you can't do. You put it in front of home plate, and then you keep adding one layer at a time as pitchers compete to see whose fastball can penetrate the most layers. You can't do that. You can't have glass on the field or anything like that.
No, it probably can't.
I mean, if you go off to the batting cage, and now we're off to this area, whatever else. But it's an interesting.
What about a king of the hill?
King of the hill.
Yeah, everybody, all the infielders at shortstop, and just whacking some fungos at these guys. Last man standing.
I do like that. I'd like that one as well.
Remember when we used to throw from the outfield into the trash can at home plate?
Yeah, little things like
where's that at?
You just bring stuff like that back. I'm all for that. Yeah. All right. All right. Let's do some buy or sell. Okay.
Hit me with the J.
Okay. This is from CBS Sports. And this is Mike Axis made some second half bold predictions. Let's take a look at them and let's do buy or sell. Okay? Ohtani and Vlad Jr. will both hit 50 home runs.
What are they at now?
28 for Vlad Jr., 33 for Ohtani.
I buy that. That's only 17 more for Ohtani, and he's the one I'm worried about. I feel like
he's got 33 home runs.
It's going to get to him eventually.
33 home runs in 89 team games. He's on a 60 homer pace. And Vlad Jr. has 28 and 87 team games. That's a 52 homer pace.
Yeah, I like both of those. I don't think either one will get 60, though.
This has only happened 5 times that we've had multiple 50 homer hitters in a single season. 2017, Stanton and Judge did it as teammates for the Yankees. 57 for Stanton, 52 for Aaron Judge. 2007, A-Rod had 54, Prince Fielder had 50. 2006, Ryan Howard had 58, David Ortiz had 54. 2002, Alex Rodriguez and Jim Thome. Now listen to 2001. Barry Bonds, 73. Sosa, 64. Luis Gonzalez, 57. A-Rod, 52.
Luis Gonzalez hit 57 home runs one year?
Yes.
And how many did A-Rod have? 52?
52.
Jeepers. Jeepers.
Get out of here.
I didn't realize Luis Gonzalez, the Diamondback, right?
Yeah.
Is that who that is? Yeah. Had that. He hit 57 home runs one year.
That's crazy. The only thing is that if Madden is kind of hinted that the Angels might use him a little bit different in the second half, and it might be hitting less on the days that he pitches. So, that is
17 more, though. It's not a lot. He's bumping him out there pretty easily.
Just as long as he doesn't have, and he didn't go long in the home run derby. He was out in the first round.
Yeah.
There'll be no. I don't think there'll be much tired. Yeah. Well, obviously we're cheering for them both to win it, and those two are going to be battling for who's going to win the MVP. Vlad's hitting 332. He's got 68 runs scored, 28 home runs, 73 RBIs. Ohtani's hitting 279, but runs are about the same at 65, and RBIs are close to at 70. He does have 12 stolen bases, though. So, and
what's Ohtani's average? Again, I know
his
you
batting,
just said it.
279.
279.
Mm-hmm. And the only other thing that you have to worry about is Ohtani, like how long is Trout going to be out? When is he coming back? Rendon has been hurt. Is he going to be getting pitched to less? Mm-hmm. That's the only thing, but it looks good.
Didn't we look up a stat of what they were, their percentage and how if they were going to make the playoffs or not? It wasn't pretty high.
Yeah.
For like Trout's coming back. Has Rendon not been any good over there this year?
No. He's not done very well this year, even when he's healthy. All right, you ready for another one?
Yeah, hit me.
Fernando Tatis will go 40-40.
That's 40 home runs and 40 stolen bases?
That's right. You want me to give you where he's at?
Go ahead.
He's only played in 74 of his team's 93 games this season. He's got 28 home runs and 20 stolen bases. Although he missed 19 games, he still leads the National League in home runs by 3 and in stolen bases by 1. There are only 4 40-40 baseball seasons in baseball history. Can you name the 4 people?
Was Ricky Henderson one of them?
No.
I didn't know if he did it one year.
The first was 1988. And that was Jose Canseco.
Man, he had 40 stolen bases?
42 home runs, 40 stolen bases.
Wow.
Barry Bonds did in 1996 with 42 home runs and 40 stolen bases.
Mike Trout do it?
No. Alex Rodriguez did in 1998 with the Mariners, 42 home runs, 46 stolen bases. And Alfonso Soriano in 2006 with the Washington Nationals, 46 homers and 41 steals.
Now he got paid after that too in Chicago for that, I'm pretty sure, right? And that after
he sure did. Yeah. There have been several 40-40 near misses in the not too distant past. Cunha was 3 steals away short in 2019. Matt Kemp was 1 homer short in 2011. And Soriano and Vlad Guerrero Sr. 1 homer short in 2002. So he's 12 homers away from 40. He needs to stay healthy. Stolen base rates typically slow down in the second half, mostly because players have 100-some games in their legs.
And they're just not running as much. teams aren't in general. I know he's obviously running a lot on his own, but I don't think he gets there.
But the Padres, let me give you this. They lead baseball in steals by 18 and in stolen base attempts by 23.
Ooh. I still don't think he gets there. I think the injuries are going to start.
I think so, too.
We're one bad slide away from him not playing another game this year.
Yeah. Huh. Yeah, I like it. I mean, I don't like it either. I'm with you on that one. Okay. Another bold prediction they have. So we're buying the first one that they both hit 50. We're selling the 40-40.
Yep. I think he gets there with the home runs if he stays healthy, but I still don't think that he gets another 20 stolen bases.
Mm-hmm. All right. This is a comeback story for the season. Eloy Jimenez finishes with 15 or more home runs. Now, this is the same guy who tore his pectoral when he was trying to rob a home run. But he has recently completed his recovery, is now on a minor league club rehab assignment with Chicago's AAA affiliate. And he went deep in his first game this past weekend. A positional player can spend up to 20 days on minor league rehab assignments, putting Jimenez on track to return July 30th. If everything goes smoothly in that time period, GM Rick Hahn said, you'll see them back in Chicago.
July 30th is when he'll be back? Still 2 weeks?
Yeah.
All of August, all of September, 15 home runs. How many's he got now?
He's
got to have a couple, right?
Yeah, hold on. Where are we at? Why don't I not have his numbers in front of me? That's the only thing I'm off on. Let's see, 20 days. I don't have it, so hold on. Maybe I do now. Let's see. I don't have his numbers.
I don't have them either.
Okay. Well, but what they're trying to point out is that he hit 14 home runs in 55 games last year.
And he hit 30 in 2019.
Okay.
Did he play at all this year? No, he was hurt. He hasn't played at all, has he?
So
did he get hurt?
Yeah.
Right before the season started?
Yeah, that was
He
did,
got hurt in spring training
yes,
right
he
before,
did. Yeah,
right before the season started.
Playing fantasy baseball,
15.
we all know that. Yeah. So yes, at 15 and like 50-some games.
I'm selling that one.
Okay. I'm with you too.
You know, you don't come back that hot from a torn pectoral muscle. I don't feel like that's too much. And there's no way they can put him out in left field every day. And they have that Mercedes guy that's still doing pretty hot, I want to believe, for the White Sox. Not that I've seen slowed down. I still see highlights. I could be wrong there. So you're not going to DH him as much.
No.
Yeah,
okay,
I'm selling
you ready?
that one. Mm-hmm.
The Mets will trade for Chris Bryant. They currently have Jonathan Villar playing for them and injured J.D. Davis. So they have a glaring need at third base when I'm talking about the Mets.
Villar's not having an awful year.
No, but it's not Chris Bryant.
No, it's not.
The Brewers and Nationals need a third baseman, but it's very odd to see if the Cubs would trade him to Milwaukee.
Yeah, that's not happening.
So, that's what we already mentioned this. We're waiting to see where they're going to be at in these next couple games. Cubs recently had an 11-game losing streak, and then they lost 13 of the last 15 to close out the first half. Last week, President of Baseball Operations Jed Hoyer all but confirmed they will sell at the trade deadline. Here's what he told reporters, including MLB.com's Jordan Bastian last week. Obviously, people are calling to see which players are available, Hoyer said. It's a very different scenario than we expected. Life comes at you fast. When you're in this moment and your playoff odds get into single digits at this time of year, you have to keep one eye on the future and think about what moves you can potentially make that can help build the next great Cubs team. So, yeah, I think you have to think through those things. I think it'd be irresponsible not to take those phone calls and think through it. We've mentioned that Craig Kimbrell's probably on the block. The Astros have a need for them as well. But there's also places like the Athletics, the Blue Jays, Dodgers, Giants, and Red Sox, and so forth.
I saw something in San Diego was linked to Kimbrell
Okay.
today. I don't think Chris Bryant's going to the Mets.
Okay.
I don't believe that he goes to the Mets. I think he stays put. I think we're going to sell some of these guys and try to see what the young guys can do. I think Davies goes. Kimbrell, man. Do they keep him this year and then see what they can get from him next year?
Yeah.
But he's worth a lot right now. I think he goes. I think Kimbrell goes. I think Davies goes. I think we see Arrieta get designated for assignment. I think that Chris Bryant stays put.
All right. So we're selling that. Here's the last one that he writes here. There will be a 3-team tie for an AL wildcard spot. So, this is the 10th year of the wildcard game. Basically, technically 9th. There wasn't one last year because of the COVID year. We added things. But, and there's yet to have tiebreaker chaos. There were game 163 tiebreakers in 2018, Dodgers versus Rockies and Cubs versus Brewers. In 2013, Rays versus the Rangers. But that's just 2-team ties. He's going to be specific and predict that the Athletics, the Blue Jays, and the Yankees finish tied for the second American League wildcard spot. So if that happens, 3 teams would play a mini tournament to decide which wildcard spot happens.
More
Jeez,
baseball.
Please let this happen.
More
Please
baseball.
Let
Let's
this happen.
go.
The 3 teams would be designated Club A, Club B, and Club C. And based on head-to-head records, etc., then this happens. Club B goes to Club A, loser goes home. Club C would go to Club Game 1 winner. Winner gets the wild spot, loser goes home.
How do they decide which team?
It's going to be based on head-to-head records, and then there'll be a criteria.
What if they got together like the Friday Night Lights movie, and they flipped like 3 coins and odd man out?
Yeah.
And then the other 2 get to play for the spot?
In this scenario, you want to be Club C because you only have to win 1 game to advance rather than the 2, though you do have to play on the road. The game 2 winner then has to play the wild card game. So if Club A or Club B wins that little tiebreaker tournament, they would play 3 consecutive winner-go-home games, potentially in 3 different cities, just to get to the ALDS. 3 Game 7s is much better than 1 Game 7.
Yeah.
All right. So
and then one of them will be postponed for COVID.
He's saying that his prediction is that the Athletics, the Blue Jays, and the Yankees all finish 88 and 74. The Yankees get the Club C designation. The Blue Jays go to Oakland. Vladimir Jr. and George Springer Power get them a win. Then the Yankees face the Jays on the road, and Toronto wins. Ryu beats Garrett Cole. Toronto advances through the tiebreaker tournament. He got really specific here.
He went in.
I mean, this is very far-fetched. This is not one. This is not an easy one to sell.
No.
To buy. This is easily a sell.
I think this is more of something I want to happen. Let's buy it. Free baseball.
I will definitely keep talking about it. Keep an eye on the record. I'll tell you that much.
Mm-hmm.
I'm definitely in on it. That's
how much fun would that be?
It would just be great,
and especially if they got to travel to all of these cities and.
All right, we got to take our second break of the hour, but before we go, I told you I had a Space Jam trivia question for you. In the original Space Jam, 5 NBA players have their talent stolen by the Nerdlocks/Monstars. Can you name all 5? When we come back from break. In the original Space Jam, 5 NBA players have their talent stolen by the Nerdlocks/Monstars. Can you name all 5? A hint there, 3 of their last names start with a B. All right, we'll be right back here. Don't hassle us, we're local here on ESPN 1170 AM.
This is Tom Kakert from HawkeyeReport.com, and you are listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local.
Tyson Fresh Meats in Joslin wants you to join their team. If you're a motivated individual, this is the career for you. They have immediate openings in general production. Pay begins up to $20 per hour with daily attendance incentives and a $3,000 sign-on bonus. Apply today to get your $3,000 sign-on bonus. That's right. a $3,000 sign-on bonus. Go to TysonFoods.com/careers. Feed your future with Tyson Fresh Meats.
Good morning, privates! Good morning, Drill Sergeant! I mean, seriously, what a pleasant morning. The sun is shining and the birds are chirping. You seem to be in a good mood today. Astute observation, Private. Astute.
He's probably happy because he found out Honey Nut Cheerios can help lower cholesterol as part of a heart-healthy diet.
So, in lieu of the obstacle course today, I propose a nice meditative nature walk. Does that sound delightful to everyone? Yes, Drill Sergeant!
Have a change of heart with Honey Nut Cheerios. Learn more about Honey Nut Cheerios by picking up a box at your local store.
Join the fun in downtown Davenport at the Bix Block Parties. Bix Weekend, July 23rd and 24th. Enjoy a wide variety of local food, drinks, live music, activities, and more. Bix Block Parties are supported by the Downtown Davenport Partnership with the goal to celebrate downtown neighborhoods with multiple blocks of events programmed by local business owners throughout downtown. Sponsored by this station. Parties, bridge to bridge. See you at the Bix Block Parties, July 23rd and 24th. Visit downtowndavenport.com for more details.
Draft Day Sports Lounge has everything you need to enjoy all the sports action. Over 50 beer options to choose from, great food, sports betting, and a fantastic atmosphere for you and your friends to escape to. They're always adding to the menu to make sure there's the perfect option for everyone. So come visit Draft Day Sports Lounge inside Rhythm City Casino. And if you want to plan ahead, the full menu is at rhythmcitycasino.com.
Unfiltered. Keyshawn Johnson, Jay Williams, and Zubin Mahente.
Does Aaron Rodgers get moved before the season starts?
The two teams in the AFC for me would be the Raiders. And I know they got Carr, but you send Carr back to Green Bay. I know John Gruden he's probably sitting there just trying to figure out how to get that done because he's never satisfied with the quarterback spot. Never. Think about it. He tried to get Brett Favre when Brett was 60. So, I mean,
but if you think about it, though, as far as location goes for Aaron Rodgers,
he was Vegas.
Vegas would be, Vegas would be optimal. Obviously, Bay Area, where like that would have really been.
That's why he was
better
really pushing. He was really pushing for that San Francisco opportunity because they had a winning team. And the Raiders, maybe he is a guy who can kick them over the top. But those are the two teams in the AFC that make sense.
Keyshawn, Jay Will, and Zubin. Mornings on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170.
Hey, Sarah, how's business?
It's going well. Our clients love our work. I just wish that we could figure out how to grow faster.
I hear you. Is it slow for everyone in your industry right now?
Actually, no. I see competitors all over who seem to be very busy, even though I know my work is better than theirs. I just wish I knew how they were finding new customers. If I could do it too, I know I could beat them.
I had that same challenge until I signed up with Town Square. Now my website is on page 1 of Google, and I'm getting leads every day.
Town Square? Was it expensive?
Not at all. Zero cost to build the site, no nickel and diming, and no contracts. Just a monthly subscription that I can cancel anytime. It's awesome.
Go to mylocalcustomers.com for a free competitive analysis that will show you how the most successful businesses grow and how you can do it too with no risk. Be one of the first to sign up and you'll receive $500 in free advertising on this station. Visit mylocalcustomers.com. That's mylocalcustomers.com.
This is Greeny with Mike Greenberg.
What I am about to tell you is my opinion. It is not a statement of fact. I believe that the 49ers changed their minds on the decision between Mac Jones and Trey Lance somewhere deep into the process. I don't think this was all one big smokescreen. I don't think they got any benefit from doing it. I think they legitimately changed their minds. And as a consequence, they take Trey Lance instead of Mac Jones. I don't know this for certain, but if I had to bet money that mattered to me, I would bet that if Trey Lance had been available at 4, the Falcons would have taken him. That's what I think. I don't know it, but that's what I think. And that would have changed everything. Obviously, the draft falls the way the draft falls because quarterbacks went 1, 2, and 3, but not 4. I think Lance, when all was said and done, was the guy everybody wanted.
Greeny, weekdays 9 till 11 on ESPN 1170.
We're talking all things football, from your backyard to the pros. All things gridiron are covered right here. This is the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170 AM.
Welcome back to Don't House Us for Local here on ESPN 1170 AM, 1252, Friday, July 16th, 2021. Just take a quick look at some games that are going to be going on in the Major League Baseball today. Still no word on just Minnesota, Detroit just postponed, but we don't really know. Yeah.
Somebody commented,
okay. Gotcha. Thank you. You've got Miami and Philadelphia are both playing a doubleheader today. The Padres are at the Washington Nationals. The Mets at the Pirates. They are resuming the Boston Yankees series. That'll be a 6:05. The Yankees don't even know who's pitching, and I don't know. We talked earlier about Texas-Toronto game. That'll be 6:07. Milwaukee as at Cincinnati. That's going to be a big series for Cincinnati and Milwaukee. Cincinnati's going to be trying to put a little dent in their lead. The Rays at Atlanta, 6:20 first start. Orioles and Kansas City Royals. That's another one to look at, line there. 7:10 first pitch. Houston at the White Sox tonight. Giants at St. Louis. Dodgers at Colorado. Seattle and the Angels. Cleveland goes to Oakland. And the Cubs have Kyle Hendricks on the mound, 11-4 in the year, 3.77 ERA against the Diamondbacks. That's your latest start of the day at 8:40. We talked a little bit earlier about Jock Peterson being traded, and in just a few minutes, we're going to talk to Jake from Elite Sportsbook. Happy birthday to Sheila's Joe Jackson, born this day in 1887.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you know who else's birthday it is?
Terry Pendleton's.
That's a good one.
Jared Kelenic, who's down in the minors right now for the Seattle Mariners. Who else?
Bobby Lashley, WWE champion.
Oh,
Bobby
really?
Lashley's birthday is today.
Look at that. Right on. All right, I gave you a trivia question before we went to the break. Space Jam trivia, because Space Jam 2. Is it Space Jam 2 or is it just like the next Space Jam?
I think it's Space Jam 2.
Okay. In the original Space Jam, 5 NBA players have their talent stolen by the Nerdlucks/Monstars. Can you name all 5? Can you name all 5, Adrian?
Yes.
Okay. Who do you have?
A Muggsy Bugs.
That is one of them, yep.
Charles Barkley.
Absolutely.
Sean Bradley.
Yep.
Patrick Ewing.
Mm-hmm.
Larry Johnson.
So is Bradley, is that just because they had the same agent? Him and Jordan?
I'm guessing so. I think that had a lot to do with some of it.
I think there was something like that in The Last Dance.
Yeah.
How he got on there.
And I think they liked the fact that he was already so big and they could make a monster look that big, you know what I mean? They stretched him out a little bit.
Gotcha. Yeah. So again, I've seen it once. I will watch the new one tonight.
You have to.
Yeah, I mean,
why not?
I don't know.
It's gonna be fun.
Yeah. Did you see that Major League Baseball is going to hold an Iowans only lottery ticket for a chance for games in Dyersville?
I did not see that.
Yes. So Major League Baseball is going to hold a lottery open to Iowa residents for tickets to see the upcoming game at the Field of Dreams.
Is that just at the beginning, or is that overall? You can't get them if you're not from Iowa.
Iowa residents only. Iowa residents can register for free for a lottery to have a chance to buy tickets to the August 12th game.
But they're not telling you how much the tickets are.
Between the Chicago White Sox and the New York Yankees in Dyersville. Buy them, just go sell them if you don't want to do that. If you don't want to. Registration for the lottery begins today and will only be open for 1 week. Must be 18 years old, and only one registration per person is allowed. Randomly selected winners from among the registrants will be notified on August 2nd that they each have the opportunity to purchase up to 2 tickets for the game. So this link, there is a link, and we'll provide it to MLB.com. So that game's going to be Thursday, August 12th. The White Sox take on the New York Yankees in Dyersville. We talked to Easer A's the other day. The ballpark is adjacent to the famous movie site, and this will be open for 1 week, and you fans have to have Iowa zip codes. So it opened up this morning at 9, and it will close at midnight on July 3rd. I'm sorry, at noon on July 23rd. So that's the registration period. like I said, Major League Baseball is going to do a random drawing, and then they will let people know how they did. But you must be 18 years or older, and you must submit the registration form located above. And so the registration period begins today. It ends the 23rd. The random drawing will be on and about August 1st. They'll let the registrants know via email about August 2nd, and then you can buy the tickets on August 3rd.
Did you see the overhead photo of the fields and the MLB logo between the two fields?
Mm-mm.
It's a pretty nice little photo. They got like a logo between the old field and the new field of the MLB, and it looks like they've gotten everything up. It looks pretty good there. I'm still saying that I could take a case of Busch Light and a chair and walk a mile through the cornfields and just pop up. I don't see how they're going to stop you.
Yeah, well,
there's just too many people. I feel like this is a great idea if everybody just does it and surrounds the field. I mean, I guess police's presence is going to be high up there, but, you park for far enough, walk a couple miles.
Stadies are going to do it.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to call Jake when we come, and after we talk to Jake, I'm going to register on the air.
Okay.
So just to see how easy it is to do, that we'll let everyone know. So let's give Jake a call, though, and see what's going on over there at our friends at Elite Sportsbook. That's always my favorite part of the show.
This is Jake.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, Jay, how's it going?
It's going well. It's going well. I thought I was going to miss you there for a second. So.
Yeah, I was trying to answer and I was fumbling around, but I got you.
All right. We mentioned earlier in the show about you guys have that this home run promotion special going on. $5 free bet for every home run hit if you bet $25 on the Major League Baseball game that's going through this weekend. But and we can talk more about that as well. But how were things over the weekend with the Conor McGregor fight?
It was good. The atmosphere was great. It was crowded. The outcome was interesting, so that generated a lot of talk. And we're kind of gearing up for the next UFC fight already. As we've spoken before, all the UFCs have been approved to be played in the Rhythm Room throughout the end of the year. So definitely the place now, the Quad Cities, to come watch the fights.
Right on, yeah, and I'm sure there was a lot of talk about what was going on there and whatnot. So, because a lot of there's been apparently he had a fracture before the fight.
That's what they're saying, but I can't. How do you get in the ring if you have a fracture before the fight?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess.
Well, and didn't he hurt his legs in the last time they fought, or he was doing a lot of leg kicks and said his legs were giving out or something. But I don't know. I spoke with the risk team and they said that no one had bet on that outcome of the fight. So yeah, it was an interesting one.
No one had bet on that one.
Yeah, yep. I'm not sure it was an option, but maybe it will going forward now.
Gotcha. I did notice that you guys added another little tab to your sports, and it's the Olympics. So.
Yes, yep. So in Iowa, the regulations are a little bit strict on what you can wager on, specifically some of the things that have to do with age and different things like that. So it's been kind of a back and forth, working with them to see what wagers we can accept and what we can't. So the risk team's been working on that pretty closely. But, we're happy to put up a few now and hopefully add some more down the road as we keep working with them and U.S. integrity. But yeah.
Yeah, I do see that, and I don't know, whatever the risk management team as far as how you guys are putting things up. The basketball one for the gold medal isn't up yet, but I'm glad to see that the water polo one is up, because
yes, yep.
Yeah, I'm really pulling for the.
That's important.
Yeah, well, the favorites probably it's going to come down to the finals between the Croatians and the Spain in the men's water polo, and that's why they're the favorites. So you guys really know what you're doing there. So I like that that's up there as well. And then there's
no, I think Hungary men, Hungary men is favored to win now.
They are, yeah, and I mean don't get me started on men's rugby. I mean that's one that we can bet on as well. So, but if you're into that and you know what you're talking about, you can get in there. It looks like Australia's got they're the heavy favorite in men, South Africa. The South African men's team is the heavy favorite in rugby. USA is very distant. It's plus 750. But not too bad there. It looks like they might even. It looks like USA men if you're looking at how the odds are, they're going to be somewhere around at least fighting for a bronze. So love it. But yeah, I love that you guys added that in there. I mean, the Olympics are what? They're 7 days away.
Yeah, I think the opening ceremony is next week around this time. So
yeah,
I'm kind of excited for that. Never thought that we would get to that point. I know that they had. Said no fans last I saw.
Yeah.
But I'm just happy the games are going off.
Yeah, and you guys have updated and odds, and like I said, always I always say to everybody, navigate the site. Go ahead and take a look at it. You can find other things to bet on. You can still bet on futures like favorites to win the East, AL East, AL Central, AL West, NL East, NL Central, NL West, all those things in there, and then the promotion through this weekend. You bet $50 on a Major League Baseball game, and you get $5 for every home run hit up to a certain amount. I believe, is that it? Am I off on that, or did I read that wrong? Is it?
We usually do up to a certain amount for the $3 threes,
okay.
But for home run, it's open-ended. So, say two teams play each other, you wager $50 on one team to win. Any home run hit in the game, not only the team that you wagered on, but even if it's the opposing team, the total number of home runs in the game will be times by $5 for the amount of free bets you'll get.
Oh, that's great. And, of course, we also have to mention that for anybody new signing up, there's a 100% risk-free bet up to $500 with your first bet after you sign up. Do that. Download the app or go to EliteSportsbook.com to do that as well. There's also progressive parlays, the early cash out. Live in-game betting is fun, too, but that's not going to help your Major League Baseball bet. But sometimes, as far as, like, basketball goes, that's usually one that I like to jump into. To do the live in-game betting. We have that going on this weekend as well. Speaking of the NBA, let's see the line for the Suns are -4 going into tomorrow night, Adrian. So whatever we say as of right now, go the opposite direction.
Go the opposite direction, 100%.
Yes.
So I'm going to go with the Bucks.
Okay, we're going to take the points, and that way everyone else they should go the opposite direction of us. So, so you. Next, you guys are already going to gear up for the next UFC. Is there anything else coming up that's going on there, either at the Draft Day Lounge or any promotions that you can hint at or anything like that?
So we'll be doing some Olympic promotions next week around this time as well. Just kind of waiting, like I said, for the rest team to finalize some things. So make sure to follow us on social media, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, at Elite Sportsbook, because that's the best place to see when we announce all of our promotions. So that's some fun stuff coming up there. And to be honest, too, we're looking forward all the way into football season already. So starting to plan some fun promotions around that time. So looking forward to the fall, but also enjoying the rest of these summer sports that we have coming up here too.
Absolutely. And for those, obviously we have listeners that are looking forward to that as well. And if you go to the website or go to the app, you can see that they have odds up for futures for the NCAA, for the College Football Championship, regular season over-under wins, the Big Ten Championship, SEC, Pac-12, Big 12, ACC Championship, and then the pro football futures where you can bet who's going to win the division, teams that reach the playoffs, regular seasons, all kinds of things on this website for futures bets. Some people like to play the long game and wait it out and see what's going to happen. But, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that when you can get good lines like this from our friends at Elite Sportsbook. And it looks like you have week 1 lines up already as well. So good for you guys.
Yeah,
look at
check
that.
it out if you haven't. And don't forget this weekend the Open Championship. So lots of props to wager on for that. right now, it's going on. So some of them are down until this evening when the rounds are over. But odds to win are up now, and it should be a good weekend for golf too, especially after last weekend's JUC event. So.
Yep, I see that you have the odds up. The guys that are all tied for 3 are obviously the highest ones up there. DJ's at plus 800, Brooks is plus 1200, Scotty Scheffler is plus 1600. So really, it's the guys that are in the. You guys have the leaders there. You have Louis at a heavy favorite, Jordan at a plus 250, and Morikawa at plus 500. And yeah, you can do that right now betting on the Open Championship. And if you're something to look forward to over the weekend, I highly suggest you go in there and take a look at it. Again, always navigate the site, navigate the app, and whatnot. And again, one more time, my friend, tell everyone when they can follow you on social media.
At Elite Sportsbook.
At Elite Sportsbook.
Twitter and Facebook.
Right on, buddy. Well, I'll see you later, and thanks for answering the phone call.
Yeah, no problem. Take care, guys. Have a great weekend.
All right. Yep, we'll talk to you soon.
What do you think about the no fans? You think that's going to, for the Olympics, you think that'll basically solidify that the best teams are going to win, or you think there'll be more upsets this way, or not being able to build off the energy? It's tough to say with the Olympics because, I mean, these are the top athletes in these fields.
Water polo really it? Now, volleyball, I can see you thrive off of fans. You know what I'm saying? And the USA women are actually favored to win the gold in USA in women's volleyball at plus 250. Japan is plus 2,800. So I don't know, at the home field or whatever else. I think the Olympic Village is going to be a different atmosphere as well. I don't think it'll be as crazy as it normally is because the stories about the Olympic Village is always nuts. I don't know what water polo, what that will do. Field hockey, I don't know what it'll do. The baseball, softball thing, U.S. women are heavily favored to win. And by the odds, it looks like it will be them versus Japan in the finals. That's in women's softball. The basketball ones aren't up yet. He had something to do with risk management. The big deal is it's the foul calling. That's what the Team USA hasn't been able to adapt to.
Really?
They're not getting those touch fouls.
Yeah.
They're not doing the James Harden kick my leg out, fall over fouls.
There's got to be a switch though. They got to be able to just turn it on too, right?
You'd think so.
Did you see 2 guys left, Bradley Beal and Kevin Love?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know why?
I think Beal has something to do with maybe protocol as well.
Yeah.
And they have announced it. I didn't know Kevin Love left.
Yeah, Kevin Love left today. They're being replaced by...
They did announce who they're replacing.
JaVale McGee and... Who's that Spurs guy that came out of Keaton or Kendon Loudon?
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those names. It's right around there. I can't think of what his exact name is.
All right. Before we go to a break, I said I was going to sign up for these Dyersville tickets. How do I not have an MLB.com account? So you have to have. This is how they're going to get you.
Keldon Johnson was the name I was looking for to go replace them. They get you an account. They get you signed up.
Yeah.
They send you emails.
Yeah, that's exactly it. That's it. I got to confirm my password now. Oh, boy. Making this thing. Now I got to do my birth date. I'll do this for you guys. Let you know if it's pain-free to sign up for this thing. No, I would not like to receive emails. I'm registered.
Yeah, how do you not have an account?
I do.
Oh,
Said there already is one, so.
Try one of your passwords.
That's what I'm going to do.
Well, you get password saved.
That's one I put in there.
I'm trying to give you play-by-play right now on Jay.
I know what it is. Like I know it's the same password for everything. So now, jeez, this is terrible. Well, I'm gonna have to do this. Not now. Log on. Well, I'm going to keep working it. We got to take a break here at ESPN 1170 AM. Don't hassle us local. We'll do our commercial break. I'll get logged in. I'm going to register for tickets, and then I'm going to win tickets to go see the game between the White Sox and the Yankees on August 12th. I feel good about that. I feel better about me winning this lottery than I do about our taking the Bucks now.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
All right, we'll be right back. Don't Hassle Local here on ESPN 1170 AM.
This is Randall, the QC hot dog guy. You're listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local.
I need some backup. I got to get these trucks to Tuscaloosa by Tuesday.
Trevor's Trucking needs 3 18-wheeler drivers with commercial licenses ASAP, or his company will stall.
If we don't move the rigs before this weekend, we're going to be in trouble.
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. With Indeed Instant Match, we immediately show you quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed meet your sponsored job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Sadness and misery, I don't feel either of these. I'm in a good mood.
Okay.
Hey, man, what's wrong?
Well, it just didn't sound very bluesy.
He's probably happy because he found out Honey Nut Cheerios can help lower cholesterol as part of a heart-healthy diet.
Oh, hey, Buzz.
Okay, well, let's try it again.
Smile on my face.
Nope, that's still happy.
Have a change of heart with Honey Nut Cheerios. Learn more about Honey Nut Cheerios by picking up a box at your local store.
When the big times come to a small town, you know it will be done right.
The annual Wapello Pro Rodeo is back this year, July 16th and 17th. If that's not enough, the Wisconsin FMX featuring Cody Kavanaugh will be performing as the specialty act. 2 professional features on 2 amazing nights. The FFA members work hard to bring a family fun event to Louisa County. 2 fun nights and 2 great acts.
Get your tickets today at WapelloRodeo.com before your 8 seconds are up.
You're right on par in your M&M golf car.
M&M Golf Cars, your authorized club car dealer, invites you to check out the new Onward by Club Car. Onward's all new accessories personalize nearly every detail to fit your lifestyle. Customize yours at mmgolfcars.com. 1.99% financing for 48 months through the end of the month.
You're right on par in your M&M golf car. M&M golf cars.
M&M Golf Cars, Bettendorf.
Score a major payday with BetMGM. It's the best time to sign up for the king of sportsbooks because they're giving new customers a shot at an easy $100. Register using code FOSTER100 and win $100 in free bets when you place a $1 moneyline wager on the Cubs or Diamondbacks, and if either team hits a home run, you win regardless of your bet's outcome. Whether you're raising the stakes on summer baseball or wagering on your favorite soccer team, BetMGM is always ready for action. Enjoy innovative parlay selection builders, daily promotions, boosted odds specials, and more. Download the app or go to BetMGM.com and use code FOSTER100 to win $100 when you bet $1 on the Cubs or Diamondbacks and either team hits a home run. Only at BetMGM, the king of sportsbooks. New customer offer, paid and free bets. Visit BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. Must be 21 or older. Iowa only. Please gamble responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-BETS-OFF.
I'm Omar Reese with NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network. Thursday was the deadline day for franchise tag players to sign multi-year extensions with their teams, and just one did. That was Taylor Moton of the Panthers, who agreed to a new 4-year deal worth approximately $72 million, $43 million of those dollars guaranteed. 6 other players will play out the season under the terms of the franchise tag. They are Bucks wide receiver Chris Godwin, Jets safety Marcus May, Jaguars tackle Cam Robinson, Bears wide receiver Allen Robinson, Washington guard Brandon Scherf, and Saints safety Marcus Williams. And finally, we all know that Buccaneers quarterback Tom Brady got his 7th Super Bowl title last season with that win over the Chiefs. What we did not know is that he did it despite playing with a fully torn MCL during the 2020 season, which required surgery during the offseason. What can he do adding further to his great legacy? This has been NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network.
Sometimes watching a flawless serve can make you realize,
wait a minute, I think I might love tennis.
So you get 2% cash back on rackets, 2% cash back on shoes, 2% cash back on gear, tennis balls, lessons. And before you know it, you've got a decent backhand.
I do have a decent backhand.
Get unlimited 2% cash back on purchases and be ready for your next passion with the new Wells Fargo Active Cash Visa Card. Terms apply. Wells Fargo Bank, N.A., all rights reserved.
The real estate market is always tough, But this market, it's unlike anything we've ever seen. When the average home stays on the market just 24 days and houses routinely go for more than the listing price, who you work with matters. Realtors have the expertise, local knowledge, and personal touch to give you a competitive advantage throughout the entire home buying process. And that's something an ordinary agent could never do. So make sure your agent is a Realtor. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. That's who we are.
From the Vegas Gaming Cafe, this is the Quad City sports leader, ESPN 1170 AM, KBOB Davenport, a town square media station.
Welcome back. Don't hassle us. We're local here on ESPN 1170 AM. I got it up and running, Adrian.
Jay, y'all signed in?
I'm there. I'm so close to being one of the lottery winners to be able to get tickets to this this game on August 12th between the White Sox.
Well, I hope we both win then.
Did you sign in?
I signed in earlier.
Oh, you already did that?
Yeah.
When we were on the show?
No, I had to, when you asked me the question, if I had seen that, I said no, but I had seen it already and already did it all. I don't know why I said no. I just said no because I think it caught me off guard. I'm like, no. What are you talking about? I'm like, oh wait, I did already do that.
Did you enter your mobile phone to receive information, text messages, updates from MLB?
I think I clicked the box that says don't do that. It might be different on my phone. I think I did it from my phone, not the laptop.
Okay.
But I think I had to put that in.
All right. Let's see. I'm registered. I'm going to be, if you're selected, I'm going to be notified on or about August 2nd.
When is the game?
12th.
Yeah?
Yeah. So here's the schedule of events.
Days.
Schedule of events in the Field of Dreams, the Jace, Field of Dreams at Jace. The parking gates open up at 2 o'clock. The ballpark opens up at 3. The first pitch is at 6:15 on that day, August 12th. So.
Hey, you got a free room.
What?
Look at the Hassel comment page.
What's happening?
Derek wants to get you a free room.
Absolutely, yeah. He just wants to be my +1 when I go. We did a buy or sell and about some predictions earlier from CBS, and since I was on MLB.com, they did second half predictions for each team.
Oh wow!
A writer there, Will Litch, did. So let's just keep with it. Let's do a buy or sell on these predictions, if you agree or not, okay? We'll just go with it. We'll go right down the order. In the American League East, the Blue Jays, they'll trade for a starter and maybe 2.
That's where I see Zach Davies going.
Okay. Stay with that because I like that where your head's at. For the Orioles, the Orioles, they will not trade up Adley Rutschman, who's crushing it in Double-A right now.
They will not bring up?
They will not bring him up, yeah. Well, they haven't brought him up yet, if he's crushing it that much. And the Orioles have the worst record in baseball. So I'm saying I buy that. They're not bringing him up.
Why wouldn't you bring him up?
I don't know. Keep him down.
You don't want him to play losing baseball? Or
I guess not. Yeah, I guess not. For the Rays, that Tyler Glasnow will come back, even though he partially tore an elbow ligament back in June. He did say on a radio show last week that he hopes to make it back for the end of the season. So he's going to try if the Rays are in it, right?
And they're doing that multiple pitchers, starters a game, a lot of games this season still. So he could be one of those guys. I don't think he's going to go out and be himself necessarily, but he can definitely give you some added boost to your rotation and roster, especially down the stretch.
Yep. The Boston Red Sox, buy or sell. Chris Sale leads them to a division title.
He just threw in the minors, didn't he?
Yes. It looks like he feels healthy. He says he feels good.
For them to be in first place without Chris Sale is just phenomenal.
I don't think they're going to win the division.
You don't think they're going to win? You think it'll be the Rays?
I think the Rays or the Blue Jays are going to do it. I don't think the Yankees are going to do it.
I don't think it'll be the Yankees or Blue Jays, in my opinion. That's a lot of ground to catch up, especially when those teams are still winning. In the end, you got to play those teams a lot.
The MLB.com writer does predict the Yankees will miss the playoffs.
I can see that.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of talent right there for them to miss the playoffs.
He has not really gone too crazy here with his predictions.
Was that the Yankees? Was that the Yankees prediction?
Yeah, it was just that they will miss the playoffs. Yeah, it's he doesn't get too crazy with his predictions or anything like that. So it's kind of like, all right, buddy. American League Central.
Hey, my mom is watching.
Yay!
Hi, Mom. That was fun.
I can't even read what this writes. I'm going to skip it. I don't even know what this is. The Cleveland prediction is a crusher of a trade. Cleveland has always been pragmatic and even coldly clear-eyed about looking long-term when the short-term looks dark. With the club 8 games out and with continued offensive woes, it would feel like a shock if it traded a high-value piece before the deadline. So he's saying that they're going to trade someone?
They're staying put, it sounds like.
Okay. Whatever.
They're staying put with nothing trying to come back. They're just gonna keep looking for the future.
I believe in this prediction. The fairy tale run won't happen for the Royals. They started off really well, and they've been slowly just hemorrhaging.
They're last in the division now, aren't they? Detroit still.
Detroit still. Speaking of that, though, that they think Detroit comes back and they get a third place finish in that division.
All right. They've been playing better.
There's a good prediction. That's fun.
Yeah.
For the Twins, a Nelson Cruz trade. I'm buying that one.
Yeah, he's gonna go play. Who needs a DH?
Everyone should want Nelson Cruz.
Oakland.
Oakland would be good. Let's see. This is a good one for the White Sox fans. They will be the World Series favorite.
Oh.
He writes, by the time October gets here, Luis Robert and Eloy Jimenez will be back, and the White Sox might trade for another pitcher or two. Team's probably going to have the best record in the American League and very well might be the best the league has to offer. Man. I can buy that.
Yeah, I can buy that. As much as I don't want to.
All right, in the American League West, the Angels finished second place in the AL West.
See, we're reaching here. That pitching staff is no good. Yeah. And without Mike Trout and if Rendon can't turn it around, who else you got?
Yeah, Trout's got to be coming any day now, but that still doesn't do it. And I guess the Mariners have to fall back down to earth, but it's not like they're doing anything too crazy though.
And you still have Houston. They said they feel second in that division.
Yeah,
behind Houston and Oakland. Those are dominant teams.
Yeah. And then they're predicting the A's make no big trades at the trade deadline, even though Trevor Story is all over the map of Oakland where Colorado's going to trade him.
They don't do anything. Oakland just goes out, throws the same 9 guys they do every year. And
just keep watching Moneyball.
Just keep winning.
We're just going to do it this way.
Still charging $1 for pop in the locker room.
yeah, exactly. The Astros, this is a dumb one. Many postseason boos. Yeah, I get it. They're still going to get booed. That's a terrible prediction.
They're still a dominant force in the AL.
The Mariners, a 4th place finish in their division. All right. Joey Gallo for the Rangers won't be traded until the offseason, if at all. It says that a rebuild is coming at the Rangers. It's a lot of moving parts to pull off midseason with an asset as big as Gallo. All right. Now we're going to move to the National League. The Braves have a 4th place finish.
Yeah, that team's kind of headed in the wrong direction. It seems like if you think Jock Peterson's going to
Jock
solve
Peterson's
your problems.
your answer, yeah, that's not it. The Marlins, the run differential stat is going to go away. Yep.
Yeah, that's going to happen eventually.
Yeah.
Or either that or they're going to start winning a lot of games.
Yeah, that's it. But this, yeah, I can't name anybody on the Marlins.
Starling Marte.
Okay. And
Pablo Lopez. Jorge Alfalo.
Okay.
John Birdie.
No, these are all guys.
Jesus Aguilar.
These are all guys I should know, huh? All right. For the Mets, Jacob deGrom wins the MVP.
Tatis has got to get hurt.
Yeah, okay. That's a good answer. Yep.
Then DeGrom wins MVP.
Yeah, he's not. The prediction is that he's not going to.
And just for the simple fact, they had the Cy Young. He'll get the Cy Young,
Yeah, but he'll be he's up there and the best player in the National League, and if he leads him to a divisional title, it's up there. But he's not going to make it all the way down to Bob Gibson's ERA number. For the Nationals, Juan Soto is about to go on a tear.
I would love that. My fantasy team would love that. Let's buy that one real high.
T-Roy predicted him to win the MVP. So
he got hurt of that shoulder earlier in the year, and he just, he's been hot. He's had a good couple weeks, a good month.
The Phillies, another year of falling short, meaning they will not make the playoffs.
I can buy that.
I can buy that one too.
It's that Bryce Harper effect.
All right, moving into the Central. For the Brewers, Christian Yelich never quite gets going.
What is up with that guy? Yeah, you can't fall off that far, but there's just no signs. And I feel like there's frustration now. Did you see him get thrown out of that game the other night?
Yeah.
I don't agree with the call. He pivoted. Yeah, that's an attempt to go to second. I gave whatever. But you can't let that get you thrown out of the game when you're leading your division and you're playing tight games. They were playing the Reds, weren't they?
I believe so.
And they lost that game.
When I'm not being a company man and listening to ESPN.com, I'll turn on other things. And sometimes on my SiriusXM when I'm driving in, I like to listen to Pat McAfee show. Mm-hmm. So when I leave, usually there'll be, it's a Mad Dog Radio. It'll be Mike the Mad Dog on there, who I really, truly don't care for. But he had a guy in there calling, and Mike was going through, it was against the Reds. Just going back to what you brought up. A guy called in and was like, you're not giving the Brewers enough credit. And the guy is just going on and on. He's like, they're going to have the best rotation, and they have questions with their rotation right now. And Mike was like, listen, the Brewers are leading their division. You're right, but they've lost like 6 straight to the Reds, and they went, and 3 of those were in your own backyard. Oh. Like he just was going, or 6 out of 8 or something like that, and 3 of them were in their backyard. And he was questioning it, and the guy just wouldn't. He was relentless, just going on, and it was just so. MLB saying they have a questionable rotation. This guy says they have the best rotation in baseball. So I guess it's more about worries about the rotation staying healthy.
Their 1, 2, 3 has been pretty solid all year, but yeah, exactly. They got to stay healthy for sure.
For the Cardinals, Dylan Carlson will end up being their best hitter in the second half. He had some ups and downs in the first half, but he's still a top prospect.
Damn, that's over Arenado and Goldschmidt.
Mm-hmm. For the Cubs, everybody gets traded but Anthony Rizzo.
I don't think Contreras can go anywhere. I don't think Hendricks goes anywhere. Guaranteed. They're just not getting paid enough.
All right, let's do a sidebar. This was written about a week ago. 6 Cub trade ideas written by the staff at MLB.com. All right. A's get Javier Baez. The Cubs get shortstop Logan Davidson and their number 5 prospect, and right-handed pitcher Jeff Criswell, the A's number 8 prospect. Why it could work, the A's need a shortstop more than anybody.
Javi looked good in green.
Their offensive production from shortstop position is the second worst of any other team. Only the Pirates have gotten less. And by far the worst of any playoff contender.
You know what's crazy? They traded away Marcus Semien.
Yeah, that's true. They sure did.
They sure did. So you're getting 2 top prospects there. I would say that's what Javi brings back.
Yep, they're getting a 23-year-old prospect who's a switch hitter. He was the A's first-round draft pick in 2019. He has a power potential, above average speed, strong arm, good athleticism. And Criswell is a hard thrower who has decent secondary pitches with slider and changeup. So he says, this one writer, David Adler, says, who says no? More than likely the Cubs. He's a fan favorite in Chicago, and he's a superstar shortstop.
Yeah, it's hard to see him going anywhere. A couple of them got to stay. You can't just get rid of everybody. The fans will revolt.
The Giants trade for Craig Kimbrell. The Cubs get left-handed pitcher Kyle Harrison, the Giants' number 8 prospect. Right-handed pitcher Kervin Castro, the Giants' number 25 prospect. And outfielder Jalen Davis, the Giants' number 26 prospects.
I don't think it's enough.
The bonus with Kimbrel is he's not a pure rental. The 33-year-old has a $16 million club option for 2022, so the Giants could have him for 2 playoff races and postseasons.
I feel like the Giants got a 1-year thing going, though, in my opinion. I feel like this is not something that's going to be repeat, especially in that division, with the talent all the way it is in that division.
The Cubs could also probably just say no because they could trade him in the offseason. All right, here's the Chris Bryant trade to the Mets. Chris Bryant goes to the Mets. The Cubs get third baseman Mark Vientos, the Mets number 8 prospect, outfielder Alex Ramirez, a Mets number 9 prospect, and right-handed pitcher Junior Santos, the Mets number 11 prospect.
Ooh, that sounds fun.
Yeah.
But is Chris Bryant worth all that?
That's what they're saying. The Mets probably would say no to this. Bryant will have around $6 million remaining on his 2021 salary at the end of the trade deadline, and the Mets would have to add that to their. They'd have to worry about the luxury tax.
Because you go trading those, let's say three right around top 10 prospects, you got to basically guarantee yourself a World Series.
The Yankees go for it. I don't think this one happens. Cubs trade Anthony Rizzo and left-handed pitcher Andrew. I say this wrong every time. Sheffin.
I don't know.
Cubs get Luke Voigt and shortstop Oswald Peraza, the Yankees' number 4 prospect.
Well, yeah, he's blocked by Gleyber.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll never come around. The Cubs say no.
Yeah. Yeah, Voigt's more of a future DH. Nothing really, anything there.
Yeah, he's not in National League's not somewhere you need to be.
I'm not. I just don't think the Brewers one's going to happen. They are speculating a trade with, like we talked about.
Who?
About Bryant going to the Brewers. Cubs getting back Aaron Ashby, Brewers number 7 prospect, and catcher Jefferson Curo, the Brewers number 9 prospect. I just don't. It would be interesting.
That doesn't make any sense to me.
And the Blue Jays trade for Craig Kimbrel. Cubs get infielder Miguel Geraldo, number 8 prospect, and right-handed pitcher C.J. Van Eck, Blue Jays number 10 prospect.
Yeah, if I was the Blue Jays, I'd be unloading all my prospects for pitching right now. You got your guys. You got your team. Springer's there. Simeon's there.
They have not had a very good bullpen there at all.
Yeah.
They'd signed Kirby Yates in the offseason, but he went down with Tommy John surgery. So, I mean, it's interesting to look at, but I don't really see those things happening. But going back to what we were doing, the Pirates' second half production, Ke'Bryan Hayes explodes. Remember what we saw? We saw him opening day or whatever else against the Cubs. He had like 2 homers or something like that, and then right after that he fractured his wrist.
Yeah,
he's a good player.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So, yeah, he's legit.
What are you saying about him?
That he's gonna just explode on him. He's
for the Pirates.
Yeah.
Yep, back here. Gotcha.
Yeah. And it does go on to say what we talked about the All-Star game, that there were 2 Pirates in the starting for the starting National League All-Star team, and neither one of them was him. Yeah. So he's going to be good.
No, he's going to be. That's what they're building around basically right now. And I tried to throw out some trades for him after he got hurt, just put him on my IL and wait for him to come back, and there was no budget. I tried to budget to get this guy. He must know something I don't. But.
All right. And then another prediction: the Reds win the division.
I can see that. That offense is scary, up and down. My thing with this division is that every team has gone through these stretches where they lose like 10 games in a row.
Yeah,
Milwaukee did it at one point. The Reds have done it at one point, and the Cubs have done it at one point. I'm sure St. Louis has had their streak of 7 or 8 losses. Or it just seems like nobody really wants to take it. They're all kind of flirting with it. I know it's a big lead right now, but this Reds sweep them this weekend, and the Cubs sweep the Diamondbacks. We're back to being 5 games out.
There you go. You're right, though. This division is kind of goofy that way, about how anyone could be in it.
But yeah, I could definitely see the Reds. Again, I think they need to get their bullpen locked down.
They should be making some trades here. They need a shortstop too.
Yes.
All right. National League West. Oh, wow. It says that Diamondbacks, the second half will not be worse. It couldn't possibly, right? Yeah, it can be.
They're going to get worse, and they're going to start fire selling everybody, too.
Yep. The Dodgers, they're going back to the World Series. Okay.
Dodgers, White Sox, the World Series.
The only one that's going to stop him from making it to World Series is Dave Roberts. We all know this. We've seen this year after year.
Mm-hmm.
So, the Giants, they'll make their first playoff appearance of the decade. Okay. It's just been 2 years.
Yeah.
So, like a good one. Padres. Let's see. All the work coming down to one game. They're going to have just one wild card game to decide whether it was all worth it. And for the Rockies, the return for Trevor Story will be disappointing. Not really. I mean, well, yeah. If you look at their, what they did on, they got nothing in return for Arenado. So,
Nothing.
Yeah, if the Rockies are going to continue that trend, then expect
everybody
that.
should want Trevor Story.
Yeah, 100%. All right, we're going to take a break here. Don't hassle so local. We'll be right back in just a few minutes. That's some of our buy or sell looking at the MLB. During the break, go sign up for your tickets for the game against the White Sox versus Yankees on MLB.com. And I don't know, just try it. Why not? It's free to do. Be right back.
This is Brian Rothenberger, radio guy for the Quad City Storm. You're listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local.
One Night of Queen featuring Gary Mullen and the Works is coming to the Tax Slayer Center Friday, July 23rd. One Night of Queen is a spectacular live concert recreating the look, sound, pomp, and showmanship of arguably the greatest rock band of all time. This show will rock you. Tickets for the original day will be ordered for the July 23rd show. Great seats are on sale now at the Tax Slayer Center box office and Ticketmaster.com.
Tyson Fresh Meats in Joslin wants you to join their team. If you're a motivated individual, this career is for you. They have immediate openings in maintenance technicians. Make up to $23.70 per hour and progress up to $33.75 with daily attendance incentives and a $3,000 sign-on bonus. Apply today to get your $3,000 sign-on bonus. That's right, a $3,000 sign-on bonus. Go to TysonFoods.com/careers. Feed your future with Tyson Fresh Meats.
At Crawford Company, we specialize in plumbing, heating, and air conditioning. Sports, on the other hand?
Hey, Crawford guy, go long!
No, I can't.
Here comes the pitch to Crawford guy. Strike three.
Come on, Crawford guy, take the shot.
Sports may not be our specialty, but home comfort is. Crawford Company, plumbing and drain cleaning, heating and air conditioning.
Men who make life-changing choices today can be more active and live longer. Come on, guys. Admit you're not the man you used to be. And stop living with the symptoms of low testosterone, no energy, brain fog, muscle loss, weight gain, low libido. Limitless Male can fix that. You can get rid of these symptoms with testosterone replacement. Start living your best life today. Schedule your complimentary consult at limitlessmale.com. Insurance accepted.
36-month lease, $39.95 down, plus first payment, no security deposit, plus tax, license, and $2.99 dealer fee with approved credit through 8/2/21. MPG info at fueleconomy.com.
The summer sales event continues at Highland Toyota with truckloads of new vehicles arriving weekly and over 200 quality pre-owned vehicles to choose from for every budget. New 2021 RAV4 LE, $219 a month, or buy with zero down. Test drive the all-new 2021 Venza all-wheel drive with 40 MPG and other great MPG vehicles, including Sienna, Prius, RAV4, and Camry hybrids. And with demand for used vehicles at its highest level ever, your trade-in will absolutely be worth more today. And Highland Toyota will pay top dollar for any used vehicle on the spot. The summer sales event continues at Highland Toyota on John Deere Road and 53rd Street, Moline, or highlandtoyota.com.
It's time to rise and grind. Keyshawn, J. Will, and Zubin.
I don't know if I want Justin Fields right out of the gate just to be the guy. I would like for him to ease himself into it. But I started finding myself thinking, if he does start right out of the gate, does that buy Matt Nagy and Ryan Pace another year? Is it bad that I'm even putting myself in that situation now? I'm thinking about, are you doing what's best for the player, Justin Fields? Are you doing what's best in the interest of Matt Nagy or Ryan Pace to make sure that, hey, we gave our rookie a start, we gave him everything he needed, a quarterback like Andy Dalton who's there to help him out, but it's going to take some time, guys. We got to be patient.
This is
in Jacksonville. This is a playoff team. I wouldn't mind starting him immediately because they got pieces in place, especially on defense. Offensively, they've gotten better. Allen Robinson is back now. So when you look at it, it's like, if he wins the job, it might make sense to start him.
Keyshawn, J. Will, and Zubin. Mornings on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170.
Tanae and Golick Jr.
The game comes so easy to Kevin Durant. I'm out here right now with my leg propped up under one of my little poof pillows. I got my Theragun right here, like ready to go in between. This man is older than me, but like the game is too easy for him. And I think that's why a lot of people, when he said like, oh, I'm not focusing on championships, I'm focusing on being the best player, it's because he's won championships and he's trying to figure out what's next.
Shanae and Golick Jr. 3 to 6 on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170. The biggest hits. You found them right here on your Sports Leader, ESPN 1170.
Winding down the second hour, Don't Hassle Us for Local here on Friday, July 16th. Adrian, any big plans for the weekend? The weekend before Bix weekend?
We got a lot of parties at Frick's upstairs this weekend. We got 3, so we're
like reunions and stuff.
We have one reunion tomorrow. We got a birthday party tonight, and then a baby shower on Sunday.
Jeez.
So all over the place. Also, I'll be there taking care of that, cleaning up, setting up, getting ready to go.
Right on.
Yeah, it'll be a good weekend.
Yeah, and we're going into Bix week, and yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Are you gonna run the Bix?
Yeah, I'll do it. I don't know. I'll do it with the kids. We'll do either the quick Bix. They're not ready to do the 7 miles yet.
Yeah.
Like I said, I hated that they didn't have it last year. My daughter's done it every year since she was like 6 months old. Was just strapped to my belly in one of those things. Like
doesn't count. Don't let that count.
What, last year?
Don't let that take that from you.
Yeah, I'm trying to go for that Undertaker streak.
Yeah, you're still there.
But she was like just
he
6
missed a
months
couple
old.
WrestleManias.
We walked it, and then when Ben was a couple years, we had him in the belly thing, and then put him in the backpack. He didn't. He was born 2 days before the Bix, and so he didn't participate after he was his first one when he was actually on this earth, whereas my daughter did. That's why she always is like has 1 year extra. But now I guess her age is caught up too because it had taken a year off. Not her fault. But we'll do the quick Bix, and then eventually we'll get to the 7. I always just had this, this idea that I was going to have this like tradition with my daughter, and then knowing full well sometime when she's 15, she's going to tell me that she doesn't want to do the Bix with me anymore, and she'd rather spend the night at Amy's house, and I'll just walk away with a tear in my eye and say fine, and then the next year she'll come back and be like, all right, we're doing the Bix, and I'll be like, no, I met new people to create a lead.
You got a new kid over here who wants to do it with me.
Yeah, so I do want to point something out. I know you've liked it on Facebook, and I shared it as well, and we mentioned this earlier, and I want you guys to go to you can go for Fantasy Sake, or you can find DJ Jarvis. I'm tagged in it. I've shared it as well, and they're going to put together Toys for Tots, and they're putting together a fantasy league, and all the proceeds are going to Toys for Tots. And I mentioned this because just out of speculation, when we were talking about it earlier in the week, I said I think this is going to be a Scott Fish type of bull, and he does go on to elaborate that it will be like this. So I'm reading the post. It says, we are starting a series of leagues with the proceeds of the league going to Toys for Tots. They will have prizes for the winners and the grand champion that have yet to be decided. The league will have a $20 fee. So basically, I say this in loose terms, and they do too, celebrity. If you go to this, and it's shared on Facebook, and I shared it on Pints and 1170 AM, and you can also go to For Fantasy Sake. The guys are great. You can also follow them. I suggest following them. And you can fill out the form, and it says what celebrities like you want to play against. I don't really think I am, but there are people on there, like DJ's on there, Doug Green's on there, great guy. Doug actually used to work for the Times. Chris Hassel, CBS sports host. Julian Van de Velde will be there. Craig DeVries, he's a former Quad City Times writer, and he wrote the author of the 50 Years of Magic for the John Deere Classic. And then me, I'm on there as well. And that's just where it is. What you do is you get to pick who you want to play against. And for those who aren't too familiar, the Scott Fish Bowl it's considered the premier pro amateur tournament. When I say pro, it's like the professionals in the industry, right? Mm-hmm. So it's this thing he's been doing. He brings together every fantasy football analyst in the industry, many famous celebrities, former professional athletes, and hundreds upon hundreds of fans. This whole thing's about community networking and, of course, raising money for the worldwide causes that he does, and one of them has been Toys for Tots. He has raised hundreds of thousands of dollars for charity. The tournament, which drafts early in July, and we talked about it, has become known as the unofficial start of the fantasy football season. So Scott Fish, and you can follow him at ScottFish24, is the creator of the world-famous Scott Fish Bowl, which is the largest pro-am league in the fantasy football industry. His goal is to convince every league he can to donate one entry fee to charity. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's a really good idea.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun right there.
In 2018, he was named one of the Athletics Persons of the Year alongside people like Patrick Mahomes, Drew Brees, and Larry Fitzgerald.
That's amazing.
In January 2020, he received the Fantasy Sports and Gaming Association's Humanitarian of the Year Award for 2019 for his efforts raising hundreds of thousands of dollars for charity and pushing the mindset in the community that if we each give up a little bit with our hobby, we can do a lot of good.
Mm-hmm.
In June of 2021, Scott was awarded the Matthew Berry Game Changer Award for pushing the industry to add charitable components to what we do in galvanizing and connecting the fantasy industry. So I don't know how the format is, how it goes, all right? And if it's going to be a long version, I would assume because they're trying to get so many people to sign up, it's going to have to be quick when they do it, and how it's going to happen. All right. I mean that quick, but we're going to have to get this together soon. So we're going to try to get as many people as we can. Scoring of, and I'm just giving out what I would do here. What I think they're going to do is they'll probably do something that's as similar as the default that you have. So the draft started July 5th at 9. It's a slow draft, and it's played on a website, myfantasyleague.com. This is all the Scott Fish Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what DJ and For Fantasy Sake is doing yet, but I'm just giving people an idea of what they are going to do. So if they want to get involved. If they do a format like this, and it's a slow draft, you have an 8-hour pick timer. The overnight shutout would be 1 o'clock our time to 7 a.m. It's 2 a.m. to 8 a.m. So you don't have to worry about that or have something going off. The draft is 22 rounds, and it's snake style. The 2021 draft will be a third-round reversal. I don't know what that means. Do you know what that means?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Third-round reversal?
Yeah. I don't know. So there were 1,920 teams. So there were 160 leagues of 12 teams, 20 conferences, no defense, no trading allowed.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. There are waiver wire, $100 blind bidding. The bench was 11 players. There's all kinds of rules, like if you don't show up type of thing, setting lineups. If you don't if you do it, if your first pick, if you don't pick after 4 hours, the commissioner may replace you, thinking you didn't show up. So, if you miss your timer the second time in the slow draft, the commissioner finds the right to replace you. I wonder how many people out of these almost near 2,000 don't make it.
Yeah.
Because honestly, I've never heard about it. It was me driving, listening to Sirius XM and turning on the fantasy channel, whatever it is. The guy was just talking about it. And trust me, there's probably nothing worse than someone talking about their fantasy team. But it wasn't that didn't bother me. It was more like, what is this? The slow draft type of thing, because we've all been something where we're yelling at we've all had to do in the last year, do something online, some type of draft, and we're just yelling at our friends.
Yeah.
Like, you knew this was coming. Why are you taking so long or whatever else, or they can't log in at the last minute, that type of thing. So, yeah. But it's really, really interesting, and I'm happy that they did it. There's all kinds of rules of Scott Fish Bowl. I'm trying to figure out how it works, the playoffs and everything else. Well, That's even great because it just says this. If you haven't played before, you're probably wondering how this thing works. Each conference has 96 teams, 48 will make the playoffs. The team with the best record, then the team with the most points in each division will receive a bye. There'll be 32 wildcard teams that play for week 14. These teams will be the top 16 records in the conference, regardless of the division, then the top 16 point-scoring teams in the conference, regardless of the division. Playoffs run during NFL weeks 14 through 17. Weeks 14 to 16 are conference play. Week 17 is the final between teams of all conference. Given the regular season will be 13 weeks, the winning 8 games automatically get you in the playoffs rule no longer a thing. So, after week 13, 96 teams cut to 48. After week 14, 48 to 26. After week 15, 24 to 10. After week 16, 10 teams cut to one conference championship who advance to the SFB 20-team final. So you're playing whoever has the best score out. You're playing against everyone.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty interesting.
It sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, that they get in to do this. So yeah, I know you liked it on Facebook. I shared it. I hope they get a lot of people in there, and
I'll get involved.
Yeah, we'll try to see as many people we can, and we'll keep promoting it, and that'll be a lot of fun. I will actually reach out to DJ to get more. I'm gonna reach out to him, see if he'll come on next week, and to talk about it. So
yeah, I've never met the guy, and gave him some money for sponsoring for fantasy's sake. Yeah.
Oh, good. Yeah, they like I said, they do a great job. But it's one of those things that I always like to see people trying to do the podcast thing or whatever else. And like I said, Doug wrote for years for the Quad City Times, and DJ's gotten involved in this as well. So I was happy he asked me. Chris Hasselman's a good get to have on there. I mean, if he promotes it, that'll be good too.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. But again, we're right around the corner to getting to fantasy football season, and
I was just thinking the same thing. Here in a couple weeks, we'll be talking about that.
Oh yeah,
that's gonna be a lot of fun.
I mean, you may look at things now and just be like, well, there's not a lot of sports going on here and there, but I mean, I seem to survive. There's always something to gamble on to make it interesting, but yeah, I mean, once we hit the ground running, once you get done with Bix, that's all this is going to be.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're going to start breaking down over-unders on season wins. You're going to start breaking down conference champions, and then you're going to start doing your fantasy stuff and listening to everybody, and everyone's going to you'll get sick of certain names about who's going to be the rookie that's overdrafted, who's the sexy pick this year, who's going too high, who's going too low, that type of thing. And everyone's got an opinion on it, and we do too.
Yeah.
I wish I was. I mean, every year I tell myself I'm going to submerge myself into the fantasy world and do more research, and I never do.
Never do. Just go with it.
Yeah.
You can look up the stuff you need right there, like right at the end, like on the app. You just click their name and you look it up. And
yeah, and it's
that's why I like live drafts more. It almost makes you know some things, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I prefer live drafts.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I don't want to be in front of my computer on the clock at all. It's not that fun to me.
And you sit there and you make fun of each other.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we had our buddy, friend of the show, Brian Dorfeld. He picked the last 2 years in this first round. He like picked people that were sitting out, like, or somebody who was injured or torn ACL for the season, and he just
can't get it straight. Can't win every time he does it. Yeah. I've done. I remember I didn't really get into it. It was years ago, but at first I was like, "What? I'm not doing that." But yeah, I remember doing something, and 1 year drafting like 3 quarterbacks, and some random guy, got really angry at me, and he's like, "You can't do that." And I was like, "Yeah, I can." And
draft as many as you want.
And he was just like, "Well, that's just not how it works." I was like, "What? Under what formula?" I don't remember ever saying that I can't draft whoever I want.
Who said?
Yeah, and then I think I tried to. In the middle of it, I worked a trade, and then gave up like my next round for whatever else, and then I picked up their last round pick, and the same guy was like, "You just don't do that." And I go, "They do it all the time."
Yeah.
And you don't really see it happening. I know that now, but it's like they do that all the time. In the real football draft, why can't I do it? But I just like throwing a little wrench into the snake style because I'm just not a big fan. Auction is my favorite, the way to go. So.
That is a lot of fun to do that way.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. My plans for the weekend, nothing really big. I know I'll probably head out to TBK. There's Midwest Nationals Championship.
You guys not playing in that?
We're not in it, no, but there's a local team, the Quad City Angels, that are in it that my daughter has a friend on, and we'll probably go over there and watch that a little bit. And it's good to just get out there and kind of see, I mean, because there are teams from Michigan, Minnesota, Wisconsin, Nebraska,
they drove away
Illinois.
for this.
Yeah, there was one from Downers Grove that I saw on there. Elmhurst, that's the Chicago area. Indiana had another one. There's some good teams, and I just like to see, and that's up more in the 16U level than anything else. But it's good to see that the talent and what these other teams bring into the area, and I'm sure it's been great for the community to have all those people in.
Oh,
here.
absolutely.
I mean, there's a buttload of teams. I mean, we're talking like something like 30 in the 16U and about the same in the 10U that they have here. And I think there might be another division. I think that there's a 9U as well. But the 12U is in Des Moines.
This must be like the big end weekend of it all, kind of, for baseball and softball.
Yeah, and then they'll go into tryouts after this. They'll take a couple weeks off and go into tryouts, and then you start fall ball right after Labor Day weekend.
So I have a lot of buddies taking their sons to Kentucky and Council Bluffs for some tournaments for the Nationals this weekend.
After this is kind of the break. And when we talked to Mike from Hidden Hills, he said they had one more tournament too, and then he'd be done for a while and take a break. So, all right. Well, thanks, Adrian. We'll see you on Monday.
Yeah, I'll be here.
Perfect, buddy. All right. You have a great weekend out there, Quad City. Stay safe and sanitize. We will talk to you tomorrow. Enjoy yourselves.